Today I'm going to show you how to modify this back massager by Homemedics, which is only about $6 on Amazon, so that we can put a battery interrupter into the battery compartment and then connect a switch to the battery interrupter, and we should be able to run this device from a large adaptive switch that we've 3D printed. Okay, we're going to have our battery interrupter, our painter's tape, our back massager from Homemedics, our 3D printed switch, and our wood file. Let's get to going. First thing you need to do is take the battery compartment off. This one was connected with a little bit of a cloth. I've already snipped that piece off. Basically, what we need to do is put our battery interrupter, and we want to interrupt the flow of the current from the end of this battery to the node on the battery compartment where it connects to. So we're just going to place our battery interrupter in here and then fasten our battery compartment on top of it and snap it shut. However, there's not really enough space for all of that, so we need to file down the side of this to make space for the cord to come out. You can use a drill, you can use saws. My favorite method is to use a wood file because it's fairly safe and controlled. So I'm just going to use this medium grain on the wood file. You can kind of see it there. The hard grain doesn't seem to work as well. And I'm just going to go to town. Notice that there's a sharp metal edge on this, and when you have your wires coming out of your battery compartment, that can cut your wires. I'm going to file that metal piece down just a little bit more. And then, just to double up on my softness of that cutting edge, I'm just going to put a little bit of tape over it. This will all be covered up in a later step, so it won't look so bad as it appears at this moment. So I'm just going to put a little piece of painter's tape over the whole job. That way, when we put the battery cover back on, there'll still be a hole there, but the metal edge won't be cutting into your wires. Okay, now we're going to take our battery interrupter. We're going to place it over the battery on the right side. And what we want to do is cover that and basically interrupt where the electricity is going to move from this battery into this nodule on the battery cover. So I'm just going to place it in there. Sometimes it's nice to have a spare pair of hands if somebody can help you with this step. We have our wires coming out of our slightly modified compartment. Now we're going to take our switch, plug it in and test it. Let's see. And it works great. The last step that I like to do is to get a little bit more painter's tape and secure the wires to the device so that if it gets bumped or dropped, or if somebody pulls on that cord, it won't yank your battery interrupter out of the device. I like to use painter's tape because it doesn't leave as much of a residue, and you do need to change the batteries every so often. There we go. We've now modified the Homemedics back massager using a 3D printed switch, a homemade battery interrupter, and we have modified the compartment ourselves. Everything you see here costs under $10, and this is a great activity to be in charge of, kids or adults who have limited mobility. Thank you so much.